this all to come up. I don't get it better, I just get better. Hello, everybody. How are you? I hope you're well. I hope you're doing very good. And you had a lovely Thursday. Okay. So today I am going to go back over here and then do that. Okay. I want to talk about waiting on others to experience something new, to attend or make a choice in your life. I'm gonna grab my little whiteboard here. Okay. We latch on to people, especially in high school and sometimes in college. We kind of have a tendency to latch on to our friends before we experience something new. And I feel this would be a lot better if I turned my microphone on, so just give me a minute here. Oh, good. There we go. You're good? Okay. So, when we have a dependency, we create codependent dynamics in our life, and then we get reliant on that. Learning how to step out on our own and take a leap of faith is a part of our self-worth healing. And this is also part to do with your inner child healing. And although it doesn't feel like it, it's that independence journey where you nurture that inner child in you that is afraid to be alone, that wants to be loved and wants to be playful. And you take that playfulness and you can nurture it into your adulthood by finding your worth in your assuredness of yourself, still allowing you to have that childlike spirit and the purity of the mind. So no matter what you go through, you can still carry on being unaffected. So the self-worth journey and how we heal that, a lot of it has to do with courage, confidence, and of course, assuredness, like I said. But I'd like to talk about different types of assuredness. Assuredness growing up, we build life skills like consistency, perseverance, problem solving, and reliability, because that's what's going to lead to our security and our stability. And how we manage ourselves as we go into adulthood. To build the confidence and the courage, it's more of an emotional assuredness than a physical assuredness. You can have everything physical, but if you're not emotionally assured, you're still going to be holding yourself back from experiencing what you experience in your life to the fullest. You're going to misperceive things. So the emotional assuredness that you give yourself and how you build that in a healthy way, in a healthy dynamic, is super vital to your perspective on life and your perspective of the world. Emotional assuredness knowing what you will do and not do. And to get that into a healthy dynamic, you want to become knowing what you will do and not do in a non-judgmental fashion, which means the people that do choose to do those things, you don't need to be judgmental of them, but that also doesn't mean that you have to associate with them. You can distance yourself and love through detachment. You can not participate and choose to do something else that you would prefer to do. However, whoever does choose to involve themselves in certain things, having the non-biased perspective allows you to make a to make an authentic decision on whether this is for you or whether it is not for you. When you get other people's opinions into what you should and shouldn't be doing, that's when things kind of start to fall away because you're not experiencing it and getting to see it for yourself. So, pattern recognition based off experience and not fear. That would be leading into the second part of emotional assuredness. Sorry, guys, I just went for surgery, so I'm kind of uncomfortable here. Don't mind me if I wiggle around a lot. I'm good. Okay. Pattern recognition of dynamics of human behavior. Knowing the subtle cues if someone's making a slight at you, if someone is creeping on you, if someone is bossing you around or being a bully. You know, we get some of that experience in high school, we get some of that experience in college and as we grow up in life and workplaces. However, in an open setting, it's not black and white. It's not something that you can say. It's more of an instinctual thing, and that's why I say through experience and not based off of fear, because someone could tell you what something is or what something means, and they're completely wrong. That's their experience with it. That's their perspective, but that's not yours. So these videos that you watch on YouTube of like how to pick up chicks. Oh my goodness gracious. Cringe. Cringe, 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 cringe. Okay. Go and feel it out for yourself. The best person to give you advice would be your own experience. You can talk to people about it. You can brainstorm about what you went through, of what it could possibly be through if you need to vent and if you're trying to find closure, if you're trying to make sense of a situation. 100%, I recommend brainstorming with somebody that is non-judgmental, with someone that is coming with an authentic and a genuine approach to all worldly views, and that is also not afraid to see where they could have done differently. Another word of advice: if you're looking for something to be wrong, you will, or if you're looking for something, a pattern of some sort, you will miss it every time. Let the dots connect themselves and pay attention to what's going on around you. You know, what people say, what things contradict, and learn from the behaviors of the contradictions. Learn from the different power dynamics people use when trying to position themselves in a certain or a better light. I always wonder what like the end or the motive is, but don't get stuck on that because it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it comes down to, do you want to associate with it? And do you find it enjoyable? Is this something that adds value to your life? And if it doesn't, then don't let fear stop you from experiencing what does and doesn't add value to your life. Finding acceptance and belonging in self and not external of you. So this is the confidence. This also takes courage. This is a type of assuredness that allows you to experience things to the fullest without feeling the need to justify who you are, without feeling the need to dim your own light because it might irritate other people. This was the hardest part of learning what being emotionally assured embodies for me. I'm a people pleaser. I'm also a nurturing person. I care a lot. So if I can tell that someone is uncomfortable or if they're irritated in the slightest little bit, I can sense that. I can feel it. I've had to learn to shut that part of I don't shut it off. If someone wants to have an issue with your presence, that's an ish them. It's not an issue. So never dim your light for anybody, because at the end of the day, just be you. Always be you. Embody who you are. Have fun. Love yourself. Choose yourself before choosing anyone else. If you're upsetting somebody, be like, okay, look, I apologize. But all you need to do though is say, I apologize. If it can't be dropped at that very moment, because you've talked about exactly what it was that happened and you've agreed upon a solution, then you're never going to get to a solution. So don't beat a dead horse. Just be like, okay, look, that's the issue. Goodbye. I'm going to go do me over here. Just do you over here. Do your thing. Touch your. Wash your hands of it. And if you find yourself in chaos, I highly suggest having a motto. I was on my own at a fairly young age and found myself in a very different world altogether and very versatile environments. Meaning, you got to pick up on demeanors and natures of people and act accordingly. Me, I did. Like, I obviously I'm here. But I mean, I did it in such a way that I didn't dim my light, though. Not fully. I still embodied who I was. I kept my uniqueness. And if that means that being quiet is sometimes your best move. Being quiet is not something to think that you're weak over. Being quiet means that you're an observer. And you learn people through their actions. You're watching, people watching. Silence is where you're going to learn the most about the environments you're around. And a motto, I believe in a creator, so God, the most high of everything that always is and always was. We come from something. So whether that be whatever chemical energy compound it is out there, and I wouldn't be here without it. So most high creator, be thankful, say thank you, and say everything's going to be okay. And tell yourself this, have conversations with yourself in the mirror, look yourself in the eye and parent yourself. That was absolutely a vital part to my upbringing. Sometimes the conversations would be like, oh my God, Julia, what are you doing right now? And I would look at myself and say, I have no fucking idea. I'm like, okay, go be great at that. Go be great. Go be the best you, having no idea what you're doing. So, and you know, that was enough for me to push through. So love yourself, believe in yourself, no matter what you go through. Have a little mantra, a little motto, and know that everything's going to be okay. Build your emotional assuredness. Physical assuredness isn't amount to even half of what emotional assuredness is. Physical assuredness is like a little sliver of the full embodiment of who you are is. It is such a tiny little portion that focusing on the physical assuredness is going to take away from every other part of who you are. It's like gears. And say you have 3 different gears. You keep breaking this gear down here. And you replace it, you replace it, you replace it. Little did you know, the problem was coming from a misalignment from this gear up here. So instead of replacing this one little tiny gear, go to the root of it, fix the alignment, and then you won't have to keep replacing that one gear. Focus on the main part of it, and everything else will fall into place. Okay. Concludes today's live, guys, and ciao for now, and catch you on the next one.